Is junk silver really being melted away? Well, there's talk going on around about how junk silver is being sent back to be melted because nobody wants it. Well, in this video, I'm going to break everything that's been going on with it, why it's happening, and what it means for you. So let's get to it. I just wanted to remind you guys of the opportunity that's available to get your own free 1/2 denominated gold back worth 1/2000th of a troy ounce of 24 karat gold by going to the website goldback.com. In there, you can fill out your information and receive your free gold back in the mail. This is not a sponsored event, but rather me letting you know of the opportunity that's available. So if you want to get some free gold, visit the link in the description and claim yours today. Hi everybody, and welcome back to yet another video. And if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to my channel so you guys can stay up to date on what's going on in the world of precious metals. But with all that being said, let's get back to the video. Okay, so is junk silver really being melted down? Well, that's been a discussion that's popped up recently, and I just wanted to give my thoughts on this. And in case you weren't aware of what I mean by junk silver, all it is any pre-1965 US dimes, quarters, or half dollars. And again, another term you might know is constitutional silver. But again, nothing about this stuff is technically junk. It's just made up of 90% silver. So while that can sound a little bit misleading, it's really just a purity thing. So it's not the standard 3/9 fine that you probably used to. It's just a weird name that was given to this stuff, just basically because of the purity levels behind it. As stackers, we really like this form of silver because of the history, the recognizability, the fractional practicality, and the fact that it's viewed as the barter currency in any possible SHTF scenario that we could possibly expect in the future. And the popularity of these things, they fluctuate just like any other piece of silver would, and all of that comes down to the demand in the market. And right now, it seems like we are on the low demand side of things, and that's the issue that we're seeing and hearing right now. And just from watching other videos and reading random bits on social media here and there, the word around the block now is that a lot of junk silver is just sitting on the dealer's shelves, and not many people are looking to buy junk silver at the moment. And when the silver prices go up, the coins like these pre-1965 junk quarters become more valuable for their silver content alone rather than as money or as a sellable item. And this makes it more profitable to melt them down and sell the silver instead of keeping or selling these coins. So if we just borrow SD bullion real quick for just a second, if we look at this $10 face value here, if we do some quick math and just take the 267.76 that it's selling for and you divide it by the $10 face value, times it by the standard 1.4 to get an ounce of silver, take that number, subtract it from the spot price, and you can see that the price of junk silver is actually just 92 cents over spot right now. And that's a pretty low premium, all things considered. So what does it mean for us? Well, if you're in the junk silver, this could be a great buying opportunity. However, the concern that I have is what could come out of this. Back in the 1980s when silver price hit around $50, there was a big push to melt this junk silver, and we're starting to see that happen again today. While it may be profitable, once these things are melted, they're gone. And as obvious as that sounds, let me maybe reword it in a different way. If we melt these junk silver coins, then we're going to be slowly erasing the history of these and increasing the scarcity of them more and more every time that happens. And at some point, it could become very difficult to find junk silver if this keeps going on. Could you imagine junk silver one day becoming a numismatic piece? The entire stacking strategy alone would have to change. And I'm not sure what we would use or if we would even use these for barter if they became more and more depleted. And if enough of them do disappear, there's no way that we would use these for barter. They would have to become numismatic at that point. And I'm not 100% sure how all this would play out, but I don't think it's unreasonable to assume that that possibility could actually take place if we do destroy too many of them. So let's imagine for a moment that this did actually happen. And naturally, the premiums and the value on these would rise beyond a normal amount than what we're currently used to. Scarcity will only drive the prices higher, and that could become a new desire type for individuals who are more into collecting rather than stacking. And these coins would transition from a barter intent to a numismatic intent. And what would those who have a bunch on hand who had bought them with the intent of bartering? Would they sell it? I mean, I'm curious what the mindset shift would be for those who had bought with that intent of SHTF or bartering. But the better question might be, would these US junk silver coins become more desirable in this situation? And in my opinion, I think that their intended purpose would shift into that numismatic role. And I would hate to see that happen, in all honesty. I personally don't like the idea of melting down these coins for profit. And while I understand it from a business perspective, as a stacker, I would hate to see these pieces of history be removed. And in some way, I almost would wish everyone would just buy in right now just to keep that from happening. But I understand not everyone wants this stuff. And if I were to be buying right now, I personally probably would take advantage of the deals right now on these. But since I've paused my purchases, I also just want to buy what makes sense for the long term and not just chase into a panic purchase. However, since there's a lot of inventory right now and not that many buyers, dealers are seeing more reasons to offload their junk silver into oblivion. And I'm not trying to persuade anyone into making a decision. You don't need to go and buy into any hype right now. But I think it's important for everyone to stay informed. But with all that being said, guys, are you buying junk silver? Let me know your thoughts on everything. Let me know in the comments down below. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye, guys.